Hi. In this lesson, we are going to use all the tools we have learned so far and learn another beautiful song using the internet called Can You Feel the Love Tonight by Elton John. So we will combine all the tools we have learned so far and add some new ones. So let's go to the piano and see how we do that. Okay, so we're going to use azchords.com. And I typed in the search bar, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? And I got to this page. And actually the chords are not written so well here. Okay, I scrolled down, and just by playing the chords along with the video, I noticed that they're not written so well. So we're still going to use the video from this site, because this is nice. And for the chords, I noticed that echords.com did a much better job for this song. So sometimes you need to check a few websites until you find the right website. So anyway, echords.com seems to have the right chords. So let's start off by just going over the chords and see that we're okay with them. So first we have the intro, which starts on B flat. The second chord is F over A. Okay, so as you know already, it means that we have an F chord. Let's play it in first inversion. And on the bass, we actually have to play A. Okay, this is what they want us to play. Then we have E flat over B flat. So let's play E flat, second inversion. And then B flat on the bass. Okay, this is what we get. Then we have B flat over F. Okay, then we have E flat, B flat over D, F over A, B flat, C minor 7, B flat over D, and then the verse actually starts. So let's just go over the intro again and try to play it in time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, as you can see, I use the technique where I play a chord on every beat, just to give it a sense of time. Now, let's try to play along with the video clip and see what happens. Okay, here we have the intro. Actually, we have the chords from the intro also. Now, of course, at this point, we would like to make it more interesting. So the first thing we could do is break the chords and play their notes separately. Okay, just like we did in the last song, where instead of playing the chords in one block, we actually separated the notes. Also, if you remember, we can double the notes if you like. And also, we can play them in any order. It doesn't have to be from the lower to the upper note. It can be any order you'd like. Now, another thing we can do to make it sound even more interesting is to change the rhythm of our chord breaking, or the arpeggios. So instead of playing the same rhythm all the time, we can do something like this. Now, the possibilities here are endless, because we can change the rhythm in all sorts of ways. So this is basically the idea. Instead of playing, for example, eighth notes throughout the song, which is nice, but when you do it all the time, it becomes boring. So in order to make it more interesting, you can just change the rhythm pattern of the chords, and it sounds much more interesting. Okay, so you can do things like this. Or maybe something like this. Okay, the possibilities here are really endless. You just have to keep trying different things. And again, don't be afraid to make mistakes, because definitely mistakes are part of the learning process. Because when you make mistakes, you learn what works and what doesn't work. So it's really important not to be afraid to try out different things and learn through the process. The last thing I would like to add to all of the things that we have learned so far is another beautiful color that you can use on your chords. Now, until now, we've talked mainly about the seventh color, the major 7 and the regular 7, but today I would like to add another color, and this color or tension is called 9. Now, if we take a C major scale, and we give numbers to each one of the notes, we get 8 numbers, right? From 1 to 8, and what happens is that if I go another note above the 8, we'll get the 9th note, which happens to be D in our case. Now, of course, the D can be referred to as number 2, right? 1, 2. But on any music chart or a lead sheet or anything like that, when they want you to play the second degree of the scale, they'll refer to it as 9 and not 2. But for us, it might be easier to remember that when we see the number 9, we know that it's actually the second degree. Okay, so if I have a C major chord, and on my music chart it says C9, I can just add the second degree, like this. But in some cases, I would prefer to play the second degree instead of the third degree. Or maybe play the second degree instead of the first degree. Okay, so it's really something that you can play with. And also here, you can play it as a block chord. And of course, you can break the chord and play all sorts of arpeggios, like this. And of course, you can play with the rhythm of the notes. Now, if you combine all the techniques we've learned, you can really sound like a professional pianist. Now, the second thing that we'd like to know is the melody. So for this, we're going to use musicnotes.com. We search for the song, and we get the results. We press click here to preview all pages. Now, if you want, you can purchase the music chart. That way you won't see this watermark, but it's not really necessary if you just want to see how the melody goes. By the way, also here, the song is pretty simple, so you can certainly pick it up by ear. It goes something like this. And so forth. But also you can use this music chart and grab the melody from here. And of course, at this point, we would like to harmonize the melody. So the way we do that is as usual. We just need to pick the right chord inversions that will fit with the melody. Okay, so if the melody starts on G and the chord is E flat, all I have to do is find an E flat chord that ends on G, which is the third degree. Okay, so this happens to be E flat major second inversion, and it fits perfectly in this situation. Because now when I play E flat major second inversion, I get all the ingredients of the song. the bass, the chords, and the melody. And from there, I just keep finding the right chord inversions to the melody, and eventually it should sound something like this. Now, if you've noticed, I used all the tools that we've learned so far. So not only did I harmonize the melody, but I broke the chords into arpeggios, I used different rhythms for the notes, and I used the ninth color. So there's no question that you'll need to play a lot in order to get to this level. But even if you use one tool in the beginning, it can make a huge difference. And once you start to feel comfortable with it, you can move on to the next tool, and then try to combine them and so forth. So guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Again, take it slowly. You don't have to know and use all the methods at once. Even if you know how to use one method really well, that's a great start. Just keep doing it and gradually spice it up with other techniques, and eventually you will get a really full and rich sound. Also, I would like to remind you that the methods and tools that we have learned can be applied to any songs you would like to learn. So I hope you use this knowledge wisely. Go and play some music, and I'll see you soon.